Hey everybody, Wideduck here again, this time with a set of replays from the recent 2013 Dreamhack Winter Edition, played in Sweden, and this time in the losers bracket of round 4, spawning here on Yeonsu in the top right as the Red Terran, representing Team Acer, we've got Innovation. And he's gonna he's gonna experience some stiff competition against his opponent, spawning in the bottom left as the Blue Protoss, representing Team Evil Geniuses. We've got JYP. So both players from South Korea, both players are very adept, able to think on the fly. But I do think Innovation does have the slight edge here. Now, if you do remember at the beginning of the 2013 season, Innovation was the man to beat. He has fallen a little bit from his top spot. Obviously, he's still a very capable player, but his TVT, according to him and to many others, is not as strong as his other matchups. So we'll have to see if Innovation is going to be able to do some damage here to JYP. And it looks like Innovation is going to open up with a very standard barracks first opening. No gas as of yet. JYP is going to be getting that gateway. Protoss doesn't have a lot of options. And he is going to be sending that first probe out. So going to try and get some early scouting done. At the same time, Innovation is going to be getting that refinery going really soon. It's almost finished here. Now, what would be interesting to see here is on Yeonsu, sometimes you can put the pylons on the low ground and try to do some hijinks, but it doesn't look like JYP is going to be doing that. This probe is going to be able to scout out that barracks timing as well as the refineries. And if Innovation is not careful here, the SCV is taking a lot of damage here, but Innovation is going to be able to scoot away with that SCV. Now, we do have a Reaper on the way from Innovation, so very interesting. On Yeonsu, Reapers are not that bad. We do have these cliffs, so they are able to penetrate around instead of just going up the ramp. They will be able to penetrate from here, so JYP has to be aware of that. Now, unfortunately, JYP's buildings are very close to his nexus, so he doesn't have any extra additional pylons, but he does have the control of that northern Zelnaga tower. So if the Reapers are going to be heading this way, yes they are. You have the reactor already plopped down for that barracks. So that first Reaper is just going to come around and try to do some scouting. It doesn't look like Innovation is going to be doing any more harassment other than that. But JYP, even though he had control of that Zelnaga tower, he was not able to scout out that Reaper. And now that Reaper is going to be able to pick off this lone probe below the ramp. This probe is going to go bye-bye. There we go. The Reaper has already done some minor damage and is able to get a scout out as well. A second probe may go down here. There we go. This Reaper has already paid for itself, and a third one may go down as well, but it looks like the Stalker is going to be able to scare away that lone Reaper. So JYP already down 2 probes. So Innovation must be feeling pretty good about himself, but JYP is going to be expanding with that Nexus. Unfortunately, he is behind already. Innovation has already started that command center a long time ago, but at least JYP will be able to scout out that with his probe. And that probe is going to fall again, and once again, another unit lost. So JYP has lost 150 minerals compared to Innovation 0. So Innovation, I think, has a small lead here. And now with that bunker up, I don't think this lone Stalker is going to be able to do too much here. Then the Stalker wisely is going to back off. Now at the same time, Innovation is putting on a tech lab to his second barracks and getting that second refinery up. JYP is sitting back, trying to get that second Nexus up, finally putting down another pylon. But he doesn't seem to have a lot going here, and it looks like Innovation is going to be able to surreptitiously go around the back, able to spot that Stargate, and now the probes are under attack again. The Mothership Core is going to come by in conjunction with 2 Stalkers. Unfortunately, that Reaper is just too fast, and that Reaper is going to be able to come back and harass that base another time. So Innovation is able to just go into JYP's base whenever he wants to, able to spot that Stargate. And now we have the magic number of 6 Marines to deflect any incoming oracles. That lone oracle out of that Stargate is probably not going to be able to do too much. It looks like double forges are not going to go up. Instead, it'll be double gateway. So now we do have the Oracle out of that Stargate, going to be zooming across the map, going to try and do some damage, but like I said, Innovation is already prepared. He spotted with that Lone Reaper Scout. So he does have 6 Marines at his main. He also has 6 Marines at his natural, as well as the bunker. So I don't think this Oracle is going to be able to do very much. So JYP is going to have a backup plan here. He's actually producing another Oracle behind this. So very interesting. Now the Oracle is flying in between both bases, able to pick off one SCV, but it doesn't look like he'll be able to do much else. The Oracle is able to pick off another SCV, but he's taking a lot of damage. He is now in the red, so 2 kills for that Oracle. And now, like I said, that second Oracle is going to be on its way as well. But we do have Stimpack almost finished. And if the timing is just right, I think these Oracles could go kablooey very quickly if that Stimpack finishes. We've got another 20 seconds or so, and it looks like that Lone Reaper is going to be able to come back here and here again. The probes are able to destroy that Reaper. Finally, after 4 lost probes, that Reaper is going to fall. But that Reaper did totally pay for itself, so Innovation, I think, like I said, is really in the lead here. He does lead by 10 supply as well. But it looks like JYP is going to try and make something happen here. I'm not sure if this is advisable. Now, the resources have evened up here, the supply, but the SCVs have been pulled off the line. And Innovation does see the incoming attack of Stalkers plus 1 sentry. Now, this is interesting. Generally, you get a whole bunch of sentries to force field around the bunkers so they're not able to repair. But you have to remember on Yeonsu, this is a very tight encounter point. So it really does go to the defender. Plus, you can have additional units on the high ramp as well. So I think it's very wise for JYP to retreat here, and that is exactly what he is going to do. He's going to recollect himself. But like I said, Innovation does have a 15 supply advantage all of a sudden. And he's got the medevacs coming out of that starport with that reactor. And it's very strange. Actually, no SCV is constructing this lone barracks. It's just sitting here. It's not building. And it looks like Innovation is going to go for the attack. He's able to take control of that northern Zelnaga tower. But it seems like he's moved out at the wrong time. The 2 Oracles are able to pick off quite a few SCVs. And that SCV trying to build that barracks does go down. So the units lost is really in favor of JYP now. 625 resources to 200. But we've got a huge army going in for a lot of damage here. The scan goes down, able to see all the units. The Nexus Cannon does go down as well. So is the Nexus Cannon going to be able to push back this Marine force? So the force fields do segregate this army in half. So JYP has been able to successfully defend this attack at about the 12-minute mark of this game, but Innovation is just pushing forward. He's constantly rallying his forces across the map, and now it looks like these Oracles might not survive. Oh, taking a lot of damage. This Oracle has 6 life left. Instead, the medevacs are going to fill up. The Stalkers are out of position, and now all the units are going to be able to dump into the main base. We do have a warp in of a few Zealots here, but are they going to be able to do very much? I'm not sure. The Oracles are destroyed, and now it looks like the Marines are going to be able to stim. Now they're just cutting away. All the Zealots are being melted away very quickly. The Stalkers are focusing now on the Marines. The Mothership Core does get destroyed very quickly, and the stimming Marines, in addition to the medevacs in the back healing them, are not, or are doing, they're just doing too much damage. JYP is not able to hold on, so JYP is going to have to tap out. So GG, Innovation is victorious in this game 1 of this best of 3. So if Innovation is able to defeat JYP in one of the next 2 games, he'll move on to the 5th round of the losers bracket. So JYP is going to have to find a lot of fortitude to try and win 2 games in a row from Innovation. But very interesting game. Innovation built a small lead, I think, when he was able to kill those first 2 probes, and then when he got the 3rd probe, he was just really, really ahead. And once that Reaper spotted that Stargate, that kind of destroyed JYP's plan to have a surprise attack with Oracles, try and destroy Innovation's economy base. And I think at that point, basically, barring Innovation having a colossal collapse, Innovation was really in the lead. And from then on, he built onto his lead. He built a 15-20 supply advantage at about the 12-minute mark. And from then on, JYP just wasn't able to stem the tide. So we'll have to see what happens in Game 2. I'll see you guys over there.